tonight. So Temperance, and obviously it's an angel. What is the angel doing? Let's just talk about some of the symbolism of the card, what's going on, and then we'll kind of get deep down into the deeper aspects of it. What do you guys see going on with Temperance?
One foot's on land, one foot's on water.
Nice. That's good.
Pouring one cup into the other.
Nice.
But the way that it's drawn, it honestly looks to me like the lower cup is pouring into the higher cup.
Doesn't it look like that? That's interesting.
I don't know. It's just how, just the way the curve. I don't know what curves are. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I'm interpreting that.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to balance something.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Did it indicate flow?
Yeah, flow. I like that. We'll talk about.
The sun is rising or setting.
Yup. So we have the sun in the background. Excellent. Good. We're really looking at the card now. Good.
Is it irises?
Uh-huh.
Wisdom.
Good.
What is wisdom? What? The flowers on the right. Oh.
Wisdom, yeah.
Pyramid is the heart.
So I'll good. Pyramids, right? So we have kind of like a trinity power. Excellent. We have the sun symbol at the forehead. So Miss Astrology, you can see the sun symbol right here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Good.
No, it's like the white lights around her. Glowing, her head's glowing.
Mm-hmm.
Emanating light.
And we see water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Flowing.
So we have water in two places. We have water flowing at the feet.
We got fire and water.
Good.
We've got
air, wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And earth, yep.
All the elements are there.
Exactly. Perfect. So if patience, good. So that's kind of like a keyword for you. That's good. Yeah, let's talk about what temperance is now that we kind of looked at the card for a couple minutes. What do you guys think temperance is? Yeah.
Okay, so I get the water, the earth, and the air. Where's the fire coming in from? The sun.
The sun symbol.
Yeah.
So yeah, the sun symbol. That's the symbol of the sun, the circle with the dot in the center.
Is that a crown? The sun behind coming over the mountains? It looks like the sun, but in the shape of a crown.
It is. It is. It's supposed to be the crown. Good. Why? Let's talk about that for a second. Why would the sun kind of look like a crown?
Glory of God, I'm getting.
Yeah. Yeah, like the all-being.
Yeah. It's there.
Uh-huh.
It's there.
Like the unifying force. God is like a unifier, or like the underlying current of all things.
Watching over it all.
Good. Good, good, good. All right.
Taking the path and you'll get there.
Take the path and you'll get there. I like that. So let's talk about temperance for a second, and then we'll jump back into the symbolism. What is temperance?
Patience, I got patience.
Okay, patience. Nice. I think somebody else said that, or was that you? Yeah. So we have patience.
Temper something just means like to temper your anger or to temper something.
Moderate.
Balance, maybe.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, early 1900s.
Good. So it's like moderation. I've also heard like order kind of be in there too, a little mixed, but I feel like that might also be like prudence at the same time. So in the tarot, there's 3 virtues, and then the 4th is said to be like hidden in one of them. So obviously temperance, strength, what's the other one? We have temperance, strength, prudence, and it's a tarot card. I'm blanking.
Prudence isn't a temple card.
It's not. It's the only virtue that's missing, and it's said to be hidden inside of it. What's the 4 virtues? Western
blank.
4 virtues. I'm going to look it up. Look it up, yeah. Temperance, strength, prudence, and there's one more.
Judgment?
Justice.
Justice.
You were right there. You were right there. Justice. So the 4 virtues are in the tarot. Justice, obviously, being Libra, number 11.
Well, those elements, that's air. Air.
Yep. So
elements are air, fire, water.
Right. So prudence sometimes is assigned to the hermit, which is Virgo. So there we have Earth. All right. So temperance, kind of tempering something, keeping it back, or maybe like forming something. Now I'm going to give you a hint to some of the symbolism of the card. Now, what if I told you that water in the tarot represents like the waters of consciousness, or like conscious force kind of flowing? So we had the word flow earlier. Somebody said that. So if water kind of represents the flowing nature of consciousness, what does that hint towards here? So we have water in the cups, and we also have water at her feet, or his feet.
Kind of an androgynous.
Yeah.
So the conscious and the unconscious.
Oh, that's good. And like the union of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all the elements there.
Balance. Good. Good. It could mean that like one foot of ourselves are in the material world while the other one is kind of in like the conscious psychic stuff of like the invisible etheric.
Water represents the unconscious.
Mm-hmm. Good. What do you think it means with the cups then? Like, so if we have water at the feet, and it could mean maybe like one foot's grounded, the other one's kind of in like the psychic world. What do the cups represent then?
I was reading here, it says the water appears to flow in both directions at once, representing the process of alchemy, wherein the impassable becomes passable through a connection with the divine.
I like that.
It flows, like this too shall pass. Your ups and your downs.
That's good. That's good.
Flowing downward, flowing upward. I feel like the water in the cups are similar to like an hourglass, and like instead of the sands of time moving, it's the water of our selves moving, and like we are the I'm losing it. We are the cups, and our consciousness, and our essence goes up and down, ebbs and flows. And like sometimes we're in the lower cup, and sometimes we're in the higher cup. Sometimes we're moving forward, and sometimes we're moving backward.
I love that.
That's kind of how Libra balance.
I like that.
No, that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. So, okay, all right, I'm going to throw some more things out there now that Tiffany's kind of pushed us in that direction, because that's kind of what I was starting to think too about this card this week. I was like, as I was like kind of working and doing my stuff, I was like, what do I think? What do I think? And so I'm going to throw some stuff out there. Sometimes this card is called like your holy guardian angel. So like your spirit guide or your holy guardian angel. And like a holy guardian angel is like a spiritual force that can kind of guide you in the physical realm. Okay. And this card is assigned to Sagittarius. This is a Sagittarius. So it's the mixing of two different things. It's the mixing of man, and it's the mixing of nature or animals, right?
Sagittarius is fire.
Sagittarius is fire. Yeah, good. So there's a lot of mixing going on here. And Tiff and our participant said,
You said my name so many times.
I know, I'm sorry. Tiffany said that she was like, I feel like the cups are like us. And as I was thinking about this card, I was like, I feel the same way. Like for us to like move through life, a lot of times we have to like mix our thoughts with other people, and that kind of like tempers us into a certain direction too. So for me, I almost feel like the two cups represent like the relationship with others and like that conscious force that you can share together and either build each other up and mix with each other in a positive way, or sometimes we have to like switch the cups that, or the people we interact with and the consciousness that we're sharing and mixing together. And it's weird too, because if this represents like our holy guardian angels or like our guardian angels, this also means that it's the underlying spiritual current of consciousness itself that is allowing us to mix with others. So like if the angel itself is the holy guardian angel or spiritual force, then everything that's keeping us alive too is also what's mixing together while we're interacting with each other. So that's kind of what I was thinking. What do you guys think? Yeah.
Is there any significance to the wings of the angel being red?
Yeah, so let's talk about that. What do you guys think red means? Okay, I'll give you another little hint. A lot of times this card is said to be Archangel Michael. And go ahead.
That would be my question: is would it be red in other decks? Is it always red?
This was like a innovation from this for this deck.
Oh,
So like usually in like more historic decks, it's just wings.
okay.
Did you say Michael?
Archangel Michael.
Archangel.
So this is the strongest angel. This is like the warrior of God from Western biblical studies. So what do you guys think? Like, if this is the Archangel Michael, and this card has a lot to do with like mixing and bringing things together, why? What does this mean for the red wings? How does this change your view? What does red usually symbolize? Let's just dig into that for a bit.
Blood.
Blood, okay.
Blood.
Love that. Good.
Blood
Yeah.
makes life.
Red, yeah. And light.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I almost feel like black is more of like
Yeah, I think red is really life, and I think maybe that the red is the strength. People interpret it a
It's
lot
like
as
the black
anger,
wings are bleeding.
but it's like, you know, like, it's almost like the battles that he's gone through or something, and he carries
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But it's
Yeah,
since
they're almost
he's
like
an angelic
wounds.
presence, you know, that's like maybe that's human suffering or human, you know, challenges he has to overcome or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's Michael, it's great to be a bad fighter in bad situation.
Yeah. We're gonna get back to that. I wanna jump back to that. That's a good point. It could be like love too. Like psychology always says, like, oh, wear red if you go on a first date, right? You'll attract them more. And love also is a connecting force between consciousness. Red also is the symbol of Mars sometimes, so we got that Mars force there, which is
That's a lot of force.
a lot of force. That's very Michael-esque though. Mars, if he's the warrior of God, right? Good. So you said something interesting, and I was also thinking the same thing. Like, I want to rewind to what you said maybe like 3 minutes ago, where I said I wanted to come back to that.
Oh, about the wings, and like this was his journey, and these are the battles, like the red wings indicate like the battles he's fought, but he carries the burden of that
Mm-hmm.
with him because it's never probably that comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Wounds.
Yes, but or maybe that he's taken on for other people, humans.
Maybe scars.
Yeah, scars. Good. So, like when we mix our conscious force with other people, there's a few things that everybody has in common, and that's hardship, right? Death, and we're just coming off of the death card. So like 2 weeks ago when we were here, we studied the death card. And that's one of those things everybody has to face. It doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, you live all the way in the hills of the Himalayas. That's something that we're gonna face. And a lot of people think that, like, you know, after death you like go into like your holy guardian angel takes you up, or, you know, etc., etc. So it makes a lot of sense for this card to happen right after that card, after death. I also feel that sometimes when we're mixing our waters of consciousness with others, that it can get hard. Like, and building a bridge between another person is really difficult at times. Right?
Right.
Yeah. We might need that spiritual support. We might need to call on our holy guardian angel, like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm also thinking of like professional relationships too. I had something really good, but I kind of lost it. It was something you said, and it reminded me of psychology a little bit. Hopefully it comes back. It's all right. Cool.
I was thinking, I read this, and it makes sense if you were reading someone's card or whatever, that it kind of would be saying, don't work alone. You call on the divine power for wisdom to work for you and look for the inspired guidance to appear. And when it does, recognize it and then follow it.
You wrote that?
Well, I was reading it, but I was writing in my own words.
Oh, okay.
But you look for, have to learn to recognize when God is sending you a boat. Learn to recognize that that's yours, what you got to get in to be saved.
Yeah.
The opportunity.
Yeah.
Like that. People with moral,
Yeah.
like,
I sent you a boat. I sent you a helicopter.
I sent you, and like, no, God will save me. It's like,
That's what this is what it reminds
Right.
me of, that you got to learn to acknowledge or recognize that God is working, or the divine is working within you. You know, take advantage of it, but you know, go ahead, go with it.
I like that. We're gonna add in now the flower. So somebody said the flower represents wisdom. Now, do we know everything on our own? What do we have to do? Ask for help. Learn.
Listen.
Talk to others. Mix our conscious waters with others.
Yep.
And so then our wisdom blossoms into everything that it can be. And it's cool because if we kind of build off of what Paula just said, maybe somebody else is like the sign, you know, like
It could be anything.
it could be anything, exactly. So I almost feel like we also have to like have some level of trust. And like when we start talking about holy guardian angels, there's a lot of trust in that, right? Kind of like relinquishment to the divine, to the flowing essence of life, right? This is a very powerful card and very powerful symbol. What do you guys think? Yeah, it's a good card.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I like going like God, and that reminds me when I was in college and business interfaith Bible study, and somehow I don't know who said it, but they were like, "Oh, you inspired me to say this," and I was like, "What did I inspire?" And they're like, "Whenever you talk, you always like stop, you always breathe, and then you always like let go."
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like, stop, breathe, give it up to God. And I was like, I didn't realize I was doing that. And then so it became like the motto. And then let go and let God, which I never heard before, but I like that. Reminded me of something I haven't thought of in 25 years.
That's awesome. I was also thinking too, this card kind of like reminds me, like, always look at something from someone else's perspective. Like if we're going to be mixing waters of consciousness with each other, like sometimes it's important to see where where their waters have come from, or like what are their waters perspective, right? So this card could also mean that. So I feel like, let's talk about readings for a second, because I feel like a lot of times we get all in the weeds with like the spiritual symbolism. Yeah.
The water bearer. Where, yeah.
Yeah. This is actually, a lot of times people get this card mixed up with the star, because the star also has 2 cups, but the star is not mixing, the star is pouring. And the star is Aquarius. So there's a relationship.
There you go.
There's a relationship. So let's build a fictitious scenario, and we're going to use the Temperance card. So somebody come up with a story, and if we can't, then I'll make one up, and then we're going to...
Story
Okay.
about.
Somebody comes in for a reading. What is the question they're asking, or what's the reason they're coming in? I could start. I'll give you an example.
I could tell you a true story.
Well, we're going to apply the Temperance card, so be ready.
Okay.
All right, I'll make it up, and then we'll do another couple examples. All right, so let's say Mary Lou, or let's not use that name. Let's say Janet comes in for a reading, and Janet is having some trouble at work. Every time she goes in the fridge, her lunch is gone. Her lunch is gone. And it's just wearing down on her. It is wearing down on her. Now, she is frustrated, but she also knows that at her job, this fridge is shared by many different demographics. So the janitor shares the fridge, all the way up to the head boss CEO. So we get one card. We get one card, and it's the Temperance card. What are we going to say?
So that you're at work, so you have to mix with people. And
Oh.
not everybody's energy is good. And then you pack a lunch full of the hottest food you can ever think of. That's like placing hats on the person first. That's what I would do, make it
Or
high.
food that doesn't need to be refrigerated.
However, you could get in trouble with the law for that.
No, not like anything poison, like
Oh.
kimchi or something.
Yeah,
Like one of
Will
those
got in trouble. Yeah, like I know that's what I would do. I'd make something really
highly
highly
spiced. No,
spicy.
I'm kidding. I probably wouldn't use the refrigerator. I
Not
would just
me
avoid
either.
it.
Just avoid it. Good.
Yeah.
I'd bring my own like
Yeah, something.
pack, little ice pack, cooler bag, and I have some ice packs and
Let
You
it
have
get
to
somebody
rise
else's.
above it and find another
But my
solution.
fantasy mind has other thoughts.
I mean,
So what if we got the Temperance card, though?
so
Well, I would.
what
I would tell them, oh, yes, you interact with other people, and there's an element.
Good, good. Okay.
But you have to protect yourself too. I mean, it's good to be open and stuff like that, but if people are taking advantage of it, you need to protect yourself too.
Good. So you're drawing on the Michael symbolism,
Right.
and then you're also drawing on the mixing symbolism. Good job.
That used to happen where I worked a lot. People's lunches would disappear. You'd always see a big sign on the fridge. If you took this lunch, return it, like somebody's going to return it.
Yeah.
What form would it come back?
I know.
So reading tip. Sometimes in the reading, we'll get a card and we'll only feel drawn to a couple symbols. That's okay. Just run with those symbols and add it into what you want to say, and then leave the rest. Because some symbols will only speak sometimes. Like in the example we just had, you resonated with Michael and the mixing of the waters. That's it, and that's okay.
So I would say that you can't control what other people do. You can control how you react to it. So even though it's frustrating, even though you're angry, even though it's disrespectful and you feel disrespected,
Yeah.
it's not about you. It's about the lunch. It's about the person taking the lunch. And I would suggest packing either your own lunch, keeping it out of the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
I would also suggest very politely and be open to the possibility that it could be someone who might be embarrassed, but they might not they might appear better off or more well off than they are, and
Yeah.
that they might be hungry and they just happen to think your lunch is the best one and they're too embarrassed to ask. So you can bring
That's
multiple
nuts.
lunches, or you could share the lunch. Or it might be your CEO who's making 10 times as much as you are and it's a power play. Just be prepared. If you want to find out who it is, just make sure you really want to know who it is.
Was it irritating?
So
Yeah.
because I have been in situations where it was the executive director stealing my lunch.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the guy was making,
I can't believe
Well, it wasn't about money, it was about convenience.
six figures
like what you had be like.
And then I've also had it be someone who people didn't realize was going through a lot of financial personal difficulties, and they just were really hungry and didn't have anything, and they thought that I would pay you back on payday, and then so you can always put up a hidden camera. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Use the air.
I was kind of going the route of like try to see it from another person's perspective. So like mixing the waters, like stay strong, even if it's like something that you're not happy with, like in the end, say it is the CEO, right? Like be Archangel Michael, stay strong through that.
Problem solved, then it becomes what's driving it.
Right. It's not easy seeing another person's perspective, like at all. And I feel like it takes a lot of strength, like archangel energy, to see another person's perspective sometimes. Yeah.
People used to leave their lunches in there till it got moldy.
Ooh. You know what? That's fair game to throw out at that
Yeah, I
point.
was gonna say, then
Yeah.
I go through there sometimes and see it, and I throw it out, and then somebody would come along and say, "Boy, my lunch."
Yeah.
The one that's been sitting there since like Christmas, and it's now Labor Day.
I was gonna eat that.
All right. Oh.
We have a great office manager, and she puts a sign on the refrigerator every 2 weeks. I clean out the refrigerator. This is clean out week.
You have to. Sometimes people just
All right. Let's make up another scenario. It can be real or fake. I can see. I can see the lunch one was a hit. We're gonna have to do that one more often. I mean, it's one everybody can relate to. So, all right. So we'll get one or two more made up scenarios, and we're gonna do a small meditation and readings. Very relaxed class today. Very, very chill. All right, let's get a scenario. Anybody. Can be real or fake. And if it's real and you don't want to say it's real, you don't have to.
Okay, I'm torn between either a scenario of like work or love. Okay, someone is graduating and they don't know exactly where to go with their career.
Mm-hmm.
And they get the temperance card. What do we tell them?
Ooh, that's a good one. The wait? Okay.
Patience.
Uh-huh.
Will be given signs.
Ooh. Okay, good.
Be open, like the exchange of energy, different people.
That's good.
Listen to advice, but follow the
Yeah, it looks like one of those cups is kind of down by the stomach area. That's good.
Allow the answers to come to you
Mm.
instead of forcing it or being forced.
Could also say like leave one foot in and one foot out of every situation you leave. You go into, right? Go to many different interviews and tell them that you're interested. Leave one foot in, but go and kind of try some other things.
Informational interviews.
Uh-huh. See what other people have to say. Maybe there's like a sign, push you the right way. What do you think, Paula?
Yeah, that's good. Well said. Trust your gut. Yeah.
Trust your gut.
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, let's get one more, then we'll do a meditation.
I had a good one.
Yeah, go ahead.
My husband, I think my husband is cheating on me with my best friend.
Oh,
good
man.
one. Yeah.
That's a brutal one.
It happens.
Unfortunately, right?
Yeah, unfortunately it does.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I think it does. All right, so we get the Temperance card. We're doing a 1-card reading. What do you guys think?
Leave him.
Well, I think, that's
Protect yourself.
Yeah.
Get a prenup out.
Right, get that post up. Yeah, I think it's not to do anything rash, not to do anything off the cuff, but get your ducks in rows. Be moderate, in moderation, temper your anger and turn it into something useful. Don't be throwing things out the window and going after them with kitchen knives, but just get a good lawyer and make sure your accounts are, you have your personal documents that you need and that you maybe open up a bank account he doesn't know about.
And first of all, make a
Make sure.
pros and cons list.
Ooh, I like that.
So that flowing water.
Yeah, so I think the first thing, because Michael is a guardian angel, but also he's a fiery guy, is to ask for protection in whatever form you believe in God or higher powers, and to put it there and remember that rejection is God's protection. So in some way there is something there that may or may not be happening to protect you in the long run. But use your practical mind, which is the other component of temperance. Don't be blind to it, but get your strategies together, figure out where you really stand before you make any claims or anything like that. And if you have church or friends or an ally that you can connect with, because you don't want to be thrown there alone.
And realize that every decision has a consequence. I mean, with the pros and cons, look beyond that to if you do this, what could happen or may not happen.
Yeah, just don't go along with
Yeah,
it.
don't jump too quickly.
What if
I divorced a lawyer. Trust me.
oh my God.
It was awful.
What I said though, I said that I thought or I suspected. I
Uh-huh.
didn't say I knew for sure. So
Therapy?
no.
Go to your higher power first, ask for direction, get connected with someone you trust who may not be your spouse at this point. Get some good counsel, or get the counsel of many people that support you as an individual, as a human being that you trust, and try see where that really is and what are your signs that he may be cheating.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And then
maybe a third party that's not your friend.
right,
Or
don't
not involved.
Yeah. But even if you suspect something, you should still,
Tie it into the Temperance card.
even though you suspect something, you should still keep, you should have one foot in trusting that maybe you're wrong, but one foot trusting in maybe you're right.
Uh-huh.
And also, so prepare yourself, prepare for hope for the best, prepare for the worst. So even though you don't know for sure, you still want to protect yourself and meet, the things I said, maybe have a second bank account, maybe get your documents in a folder, maybe make a go bag, maybe do things that in case the suspicion becomes reality. But you also don't want to risk your relationship if the suspicion is just something not warranted.
Right.
So
Yeah, you don't want to make it a self-fulfilling
prophecy. Yeah. So, but I just think everyone should have separate.
There's the path leading to the crown.
All right.
Maybe it's a good thing.
There There you go. Yeah.
Excellent. I think we kind of have some good basics of the Temperance card down. Very nice card. Very nice card to have in your back pocket. And if like you're having a bad day, you know, just think about this card.
It's really very good advice for everyone. For any meditation.
Right? Seeing how others are thinking, knowing that like the waters of consciousness are always working through everybody else. That's another big teaching, spiritual teaching of this card, that like, well, if everything's conscious and we can learn from others, well, then that's kind of like super consciousness working. We just have to stay open to it, you know? Yeah.
Is that for sale, a Temperance card?
You want this big guy?
Well, how much is it?
You could just, I'll send you a link for Amazon to this big deck. It's a big deck. Honestly,
Oh.
yeah, I'll show you. Here, let
Probably
me
get a poster
stop
online
this.
for cheap.